This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. So, I have to look at these alchemy cards. I know all the other ones, but not the alchemy ones. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm a little leaning towards Incubation Druid. I mean, it's just such a good green card, and if we end up in like a ramp deck, it gets really silly. Timeless Witness is nice. You know, Ambitious Farmhand isn't bad either. Nice. It's mostly an aggro card. Midnight Reaper is pretty sweet sacrifice payoff. Cast Out is a good removal spell, you know, for almost everything. Yeah. I'm leaning towards the Druid here. Yeah, I think we'll take the Druid. See if we get some more ramp. There's our friend God Eternal Bantu. Quite good, obviously. It's also a Doomscar. You know, if we wanted to go a more controlling route, that's certainly one way to do it. Stonecoil Serpent's pretty sweet. It's good in, like, any deck. In a ramp deck, it can get huge. In an aggro deck, it's a fine card to curve out with. So it's pretty nice. Pelt Collectors, and like, if we're going to be a green aggro deck, it's pretty good. Lovestruck Beast is pretty good if we're going to be a green aggro deck, I guess, now that I think about it. Maybe I just go with the Beast over Stonecoil Serpent. My wife and I actually watched Beauty and the Beast yesterday, so that's pretty funny. Timeless Witness is really good, I think, but you do have to be sort of a mid-ranged deck to make it work, but you can definitely end up there, obviously. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Lovestruck Beast here. If only because we watched Beauty and the Beast. Okay, here's another ramp creature, which is always great. Thassa's Oracle is a sweet win condition, but I think we just grab the ramp here and see where we can go. It's also combos with our Lovestruck Beast in the sense that it's another 1/1. So let's grab this. Okay. Some good, you know, Royal Eruption's quite good. I'm a little leaning towards Kazandu Mammoth. It's a nice aggro creature, and it's also a land, which is always nice. You know, this sort of supports a red-green aggro deck, but I haven't seen that be, like, awesome in Cube so far. Stitcher's Supplier is an amazing graveyard enabler, but yeah, we'll just take the Mammoth. So Overwhelming Splendor is something we could ramp into, potentially. So Grey Merchant is in this deck, this draft, this cube. There it is. I wish we'd had it in our last deck. Of course, we won 7 games, so I don't know why I'm complaining. Fight with Fire is actually a ramp card, too, in a sense. And one that fits in just about any deck. I've also got a Shark Typhoon, which is, of course, quite sweet. I think I like Fight with Fire a little more. If we end up not going a ramp route, it's still a very playable card, and Overwhelming Splendor, not so much. So we could take the Kenra. If we wanted to be like red-green aggro, it's definitely pretty good, but let's take Fight with Fire there. Okay, another ramp creature. I think we just snatched that up. We're up to 3 mana creatures. We don't have anything. I mean, Fight with Fire we can ramp into, I guess. But in terms of, you know, flashing it back or kicking it, rather. But yeah, I'll take Paradise Druid here. Sweet sacrifice payoff if someone's in that deck. Okay, we're getting all the ramp, which I think is a really good sign. We just grabbed Gilded Goose very happily here. The Bestiary is cool, but yeah, we'll... Now we need to find things to ramp into. So Hiveheart Shaman is pretty good in a deck that's like multicolored in terms of helping us search up other copies of things. Masked Vandal's pretty good utility creature. Dragon's Guard Elite's just a really good 2-drop. Hiveheart Shaman does ramp us in terms of searching up basics and stuff, so I think we probably want it. It also has a mana sink ability, which certainly matters, so we'll grab that Shaman. All right, I think we'd probably just grab a Woodland Cemetery here. We could grab Cast Out. It is a nice removal spell, but grabbing some fixing is probably a good idea. Additional fixing. Okay, so I think we probably grab the Serpent. We can cast it for a bunch and have a nice creature. Crawling Barrens isn't a bad mana sink, but I like the Serpent more. It's sort of a ramp payoff. It's not the most exciting one. What we're really looking for... yeah, I don't really think we want Return of the Wild Speaker that much. I mean... Thassa's Oracle has the highest ceiling, but it is hard to make it work, especially with what we've got going on. Yeah, Brutal Cathar is obviously amazing. I could have considered it. I do, you know, more often in Cube... We'll grab Temple of Abandon here. More often in Cube, I like force decks and do wacky things than I do in normal drafts, just because they're generally more viable. We'll just grab the land here, too, even though it's not in any color we're playing right now. That could change. And I'm not saying that's the best way to play Cube, but it does, you know, in Cube you really need to have a plan. You can't just really draft a pile of good cards. I might actually play the Bestiary. Ooh. Phyrexian Vorinclex. I mean, it's not like a big, crazy win condition in the sense that, like, the game's over when you play it, but if you play this on, like, turn 4 or 5, it's pretty insane. Probably just what we take here. Yeah. I do like the Simulacrum as far as ramping and stuff goes, but I think we're more interested, you know, picking up one big creature now is going to make me feel a little more confident. I mean, I know Stonecoil Serpent is basically a big creature, but you know what I mean. Okay. Some cool stuff here. I think maybe we just take Fabled Passage, though. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna go. Nice fixing. Don't really want the other things in that pack. So we do already have, we have a bunch of fixing, so it doesn't matter if something's green. Any sort of big thing that we can ramp into, we're gonna want. So this is pretty good in terms of setting up our mana, fixing our mana, and if you play it early, you might even actually get to play some additional lands. Jaspera Sentinel can sort of ramp us, but I think we grab the Dryad here. So we have very good mana now. Okay, so there's a Platinum Angel. That's definitely a sweet thing to ramp into. It's not unbeatable. I mean, it is if they don't kill it. It's literally unbeatable, but they won't always be able to. Primal Might's pretty sweet, but I think we grab Platinum Angel here. Okay, Palladium Mirror, another ramp thing. So is Gilded Lotus. So is Llanowar Visionary. My goodness. All the ramp. I think I like the Visionary the most of all. If we were in a deck trying to cast like Emrakul, I think I'd be all over the Gilded Lotus, but we're not. I mean, it could happen. The Visionary drawing us card and ramping us, I think, is better than just ramping us. So I think we grab Visionary here. Okay, so Voracious Hydra is another X creature that we can make as big as we want. It's also a removal spell. I think I'm happy with that. What we want is a Hornet Queen. Oh, Kogla works, actually. So Isaka is awesome. Like, it can actually be a win condition, too. We have good enough mana that we could support it. Kogla is definitely easier to make do the thing that it does, which is just come down early and destroy the board. I think it's probably Kogla, sadly. This is definitely, I guess, the wackier pick, but Kogla is just so good. I think we just have to grab him here. Yeah. Werewolf Pack Leader. Scoot Swarm. You know, we're getting a lot of lands, so... Although, actually, we're not. Most of our ramp is actually creature-based, isn't it? So we could take a land, or a Scoot Swarm, or a Werewolf Pack Leader. I mean, it's an okay card, especially if we're mono-green or whatever. And we're close to it. I think we'd probably take the Swarm, and I guess Hiveheart Shaman can search up a land. Okay, so things are kind of drying up on us now. Which of these lands is more likely for us to play? I guess this one. So, Blossoming Defense. It can protect our things. Heliod's Intervention, kind of cool. Mizzix's Mastery is really cool. I could just take Blast Zone. I guess I'm going to take the defense. Okay, we'll take Jaspera Sentinel. Gives us yet another ramp creature. Okay, Primal Might being here is good, I think, for us. We're down with that. Rootbound Crag, sure. We're very down with that. Okay. So Ulvenwald Hydra searches us up a land and is a big creature. So it's something we're interested in. Glorybringer is pretty sweet. Obviously, very good, actually. This is great if you're in a more, like, an aggressive deck. I'm kind of leaning Hydra here. Escape to the Wilds is also worth a look, actually. It's kind of more likely to wheel. Yeah, I think I take Ulvenwald Hydra here. It'd be cool to pick up a late, what's its name? The Field of the Dead. I'd be down. Okay, so here's another ramp spell. I think we grab it over Ram Through. Unburial Rites is kind of worth a look. Most of our big things to reanimate, well, not most, but many of them are X spells, so that's not amazing. I think I'd probably just take Emergent Sequence here. We are almost mono green, it's true. And kind of looking like that's going to continue here. Rishkar's good, it ramps us, and it's also just like a good creature that comes down and does a thing. Kiora does ramp, but I don't love Kiora. This has been a strange draft in terms of, like, not really getting our hands on things that aren't green. So Regrowth is interesting in a deck like this because we do have big threats that we'd like to get back. Stomping Ground makes it easier for us to play our Fight with Fire. We're already playing it pretty easily, though, frankly. Old Rutstein can ramp us. It's kind of cool. Regrowth or Stomping Ground? I think I'm going to grab the Regrowth. She's not great for us. I do love me some Mana War. Yeah. This pack's not awesome for us. Yeah, we'll grab her. I don't think she really works out in our deck, but... Okay. Well, I mean, this is like a really powerful early thing to ramp into, but I think it's powerful enough we take it. Inscription is nice. It does a lot for the mana, but Elder Gargaroth is beastly. Spring to Mind is worth a look, but we have so much ramp already that I'm okay with just taking Gargaroth here. Okay. So this can sort of fix our mana. If you have Field of the Dead, this thing's great. I think we're probably more interested in Scavenging Ooze. I mean, it hates on the graveyard. It's a nice early creature. You could kind of sink mana into it sometimes if there's enough cards in graveyards. So I think I like the Ooze more than the Reclaimer in this particular deck. I actually think we're based... I mean, we're going to play Fight with Fire, and I think that's it. Ooh, nice pickup here, Huntmaster. More big things to ramp into is good. And Escape did come back, which I like. Okay, so we're going to play 2 red cards now. I don't see us picking up anything that makes this work. But I don't think we're going to be great with Ram Through. I guess we'll be okay. Like in the later game especially. I guess I'll just take it. So we probably aren't going to end up playing... where is it? Hiveheart Shaman. Its ability isn't going to matter in a deck where we just have red and green lands. I mean, it's just not going to be that good. I like the Reclamation Sage. Like, it definitely does a thing a lot. We could take a Pillar, but we've got a decent amount of removal. And Reclamation Sage, being able to answer stuff is pretty nice. So I think in the end we ended up with a good amount of ramp and a good amount of things to ramp into. Oh, I love that that came back. The thing, we didn't get is something like Hornet Queen or Ulamog or whatever big Eldrazi it is, the 10 mana one. We didn't end up with any creature that's just like, yeah, I can't beat that once we ramp into it. But we do have several things that are big. They may not be knockout punches, but they're definitely haymakers, so I can live with it. Toski, I mean, I think green was crazy open in this draft. I mean, we got some good stuff. Okay. Got some cutting to do, obviously. How many creatures do we have? We actually have a lot in the end. I mean, a lot of them are up here, but we do have a lot. And that probably means just Spare a Sentinel is worth it, I would think. So many cards in this deck. Cutting things in cube is like so much harder than just because the average power level of your cards is so high. Yeah. So we don't need to run this Woodland Cemetery at all. We can actually probably get away with cutting one forest because of our Mammoth, too. Yeah, I think we will. Even in this deck, which wants lands, I think we cut a forest because of our Mammoth. God, we have 6 cards to cut. Yeah. We definitely don't want 5 mountains either. We just want 1. And then we go 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're at 16. So, I don't think she's, like, amazing, but she is, like, a 1-drop that has a very real mana sink ability, it's true. And we could maybe put her in and cut out the worst of these cards, which might just be Platinum Angel. The reason I don't think the Angel's great is just because it dies to everything, and it doesn't give you any value at all when your opponent has removal, as opposed to things like Kogla, which kills a thing, or Vorinclex, which has haste, or Ulvenwald Hydra, which gets us a land, or the Huntmaster, which makes 2/2/2s, or Elder Gargaroth, which usually gets 1 trigger. Like, Platinum Angel doesn't do any of those things. So, I think we end up cutting her. We may not even put in Ovia, but I think it makes sense to cut her. We have enough top curve without her. Angel does have flying, but I'm not exactly... that's not why you're playing Platinum Angel for a 7-mana 4/4 flyer. So, still have 5 cards to cut. It's best of 1, so that's what I think I'm going to end up cutting the Sage, as nice as it is as a utility creature. I mean, maybe we end up cutting the Bestiary. I mean, it's going to be pretty good in this deck, but it's also not a ramp card or a thing to ramp into. I mean, it helps us find those things. But it's both of those. Yeah, Scoot Swarm's also not great. In terms of cards that search us up a land, like, first we have Fabled Passage, which would give us 2 landfall triggers. And other than that, I'm not sure we have anything else. We do have, where is it? The Emergent Sequence, but that's probably not enough to really make him worth it. So I can see cutting the Swarm. The Sage is really good. It may make its way back into the deck. I mean, we could cut the Red Splash entirely. Like, that's something that's worth thinking about. Because we do have two really good red cards, but even without them, we still have a pretty good foundation of like ramp and things to ramp into, and it would make our mana a lot better. Yeah, I don't really think we need them. I think we end up just cutting red entirely here and going mono green. Oh, yeah. Makes our mana way better, and it's just, those things are just, they're nice to have, but they're not necessary, really. And the other question is, do we really need regrowth, or do we have enough crazy good threats that we don't feel like we need to rebuy them? I do think you're right about the Sage in the end, probably needing to be in the deck. You don't want to cut Fabled Passage, really. There's no reason to. It just makes your mana better. I mean, not better, but it doesn't make it better in this case, but it does thin our deck, and that's worth something. It doesn't hurt us at all, really. So, yeah. Yeah, Toski's not great. We're not going to be, it's sort of a win more card in the sense that we're planning on just playing ramp stuff and then playing a big creature, and drawing a card at that point isn't a huge deal. So I think you're probably right there. And then I think I also cut regrowth. And I think I like the look of this overall. I think the bestiary is good enough to leave in. We have enough cheap creatures and, the scry and everything. I think I like it. Yeah. See how this does. Yeah, Passage is obviously worse without the Swarm, but I think it's still worth it. Alright, we got a ramp creature. We still have Lovestruck Beast. This is kind of a weird inclusion in the deck. I mean, I guess it's not, in the sense that it can sort of do stuff, but it's less synergistic than all the other things in our deck. So, I think I'm actually going to use Lovestruck Beast here. Because next turn I'll play the Goose anyway, most likely. And I'm not using that mana right now anyway. I mean, I guess I could play Goose turn 1 and then Beast turn 2, but that's not really worth it. I think we'll just make the 1/1 here. Swing for 1. Play a Gilded Goose. I like the dance that the Gilded Goose does when it comes down. Okay. So, swing for 1. Then yeah, we'll play Lovestruck Beast here. Might counter it, I guess. Not a huge deal. We kind of want them to use counter magic on that as opposed to something we're ramping into, so yeah, I mean, I could live with it. Alright. Okay. I guess we may as well play Fabled Passage here. Attack for 1. And I think we just play the Serpent here as a 4/4. Next turn we can play the Huntmaster, so... I do think blue-green ramp is probably like the best ramp deck, but that's not where we ended up. Midnight Clock is a pretty good card for such a thing. Yeah, it's definitely a control deck, which isn't great for us. Okay, I like investigating. Thank you. Counter target non-creature spell. That still means I can play my Hunt Master. We'll swing for 1 here. You think they have Force Spike? Is that in this cube? Or Mana Tithe? Are either of those in this cube? Let's find out. So, I hope they don't have a sweeper, obviously.
Manipulation of the mind. Think this through.
Lightning Helix into the yard. I don't really see a reason for us to add anything to the board right now. Oh, I can actually crack this. Yeah, I think we will do that now, actually. That's a nice pickup. A nice thing to draw, I mean. Whoopsies. How do we want to attack here? It's a good question. I kind of just want to go after them. I feel like we'll be able to kill them before they can get this going. Could be wrong, of course, but I feel like that's pretty likely. So I think we just go after them here. Yeah, so they block. We take a bunch. We play our Bestiary. Yeah, this flipping would be cool, but I think getting the Bestiary down probably has more value. Oh. I guess I should have expected a sweeper at some point, huh?
It's a matter of gift.
I'm gonna bottom that. Oh. Pretty good draw. So if I play a land, I can also draw a card off of it. So yeah, we'll play Vorinclex here. Nice. I think we do just go after Jace here now.
Did that just happen?
How big are you? 7'7", huh? That is larger than I would like you to be. Well, well, well. Yeah, we do get to investigate again. Oh, hello. Seems pretty good, honestly. Yeah. So let's draw the ooze. So play our Sage here, draw a card. I think we want to kill the Gear Hulk. Then I think we play the ooze. We're actually not going to draw a card with it. We're going to get rid of Malevolent Hermit. Oh, God. They played another sweeper.
Who I am, and no one is telling me what to do.
Which is not good for us, obviously enough.
Check out these fireworks.
Yeah, don't think that helps us a lot. I mean, I guess it would let us kill the giant when it comes down. I guess that's a thing. but it's not amazing. I guess we'll keep it, though. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... So we're gonna play Voracious Hydra here. For 4. Then we're gonna do that also. Yeah. So this is gonna end up doing its thing, which is not good for us either. I thought I'd be able to kill them before. I didn't expect an additional sweeper. I probably should have. But, yeah, in retrospect, killing the clock would have been better. I was just thinking, get a blocker out of the way seems strong. My god. Where's Scavenging Ooze?
No pressure.
Yeah, yeah. Draw a million cards. Yeah, their deck is really sweet. Not really in an incubation druid situation. We want another big creature more than anything else. So, you do have trample. So, what do I want to do here? I can Primal Might one of them for just 1 mana. And then attack, which will force them to block, but they still have so much gas that... Not sure how much that matters. Yeah, pumping all our mana into Primal Might is probably better. It means we don't draw any cards this turn, but... Oh my god, do they have a bounce spell? The 1 blue mana bounce spell? I think we're dead if they do. Okay, good. They just cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination. I can live with it. So the question here is, do I attack them or do I attack Chandra? I think I attack them. It means I have to block with their Scholar. Chandra's still around, but I think we attack them. It means we kill both of their creatures. And we still do a bunch to them in addition, obviously, so... Yeah. That Lightning Helix, man, that's why they're still alive.
Or is it getting a little warm in here?
Ow. You don't do me a whole lot of good right now. I think we probably can find another big creature. It's just a question of what all the cards in their hand do. Oh my god. There's a ramp win condition for you. Okay. Ow. Okay, so we're going to play our Llanowar Visionary. We draw 2 cards. Then we'll play Jaspera Sentinel. We can actually play the Mammoth here and pay for the... Oh, no, we can't. That's not how that works. Okay. So, unfortunately, they're going to ultimate kill both of these. So there's not really a reason for me to play the Mammoth. So I think we just pass our turn here. And I think that means we're probably dead. They just have so much gas. And we just didn't deal with them quickly enough. If we went back in time and blew up their clock instead of their Gear Hulk, I think we probably would. I mean, this was a close game. I mean, it's a game where Lightning Helix is the reason they're alive, basically. So, yeah. But, so one slightly different decision, like not letting them reload their hand, is, yeah. Yeah, this Chandra is sweet. She's one of the... She's... In Limited, I think she's probably the best Chandra ever. What's funny is I don't think she was that great in Constructed, but, you know, Limited and Constructed are very different. Interesting. Really? I guess you nuke the whole board. I mean, my Hydra will still be alive is the thing. I'm a little puzzled by that. They do still have 2 mana up. Huh. Yeah, so that kills both of them.
Get out of my way. Or, you know, don't.
We're gonna crack the clue. Definitely don't want... I mean, the Paradise Druid can draw us cards, but we need something... We need, like, ram through, you know? That would, like, win us the game, basically. Well, maybe not quite, but it would help. More than that would. Ooh. Do you do the job? I think you will do the job if our opponent can't interact. It seems highly unlikely they can't interact, right? But, let's go for it. So... Put 2 +1/+1 counters. We're going to do all 3. Put the counters there. Target ourselves. I'm pretty sure they have interaction of some kind here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. So... we can kill Chandra. Or we can drop them to 4. Or 2, even. 4, 5, 6. They're going to get very close to being able to kill us here. I guess I should have played this because I might have drawn Ram through. I'm going to end up drawing my Ram through now. Watch. Okay, Gargaroth. It does force this to use a -3 again, but, I mean, maybe anyway, it does. Yeah, that was a sweet draw. I mean, there weren't that many cards that would have given us lethal, but it would have done exactly what we needed it to. So they burn the whole board again. We're going to go to 7 on our turn from the emblems. And they'll hit us for 4, so less than that even. Yeah, this has been a good game for sure.
No pressure.
Okay, so they went with the emblem. Ah, that would be why. Okay. They time warp. Good news is... yeah. See what they do here.
Are they your methods or mine? Always an answer.
Okay. So they're just going to try to burn us out with Chandra, and they may very well do it. We're going to go to 6 on our turn. Gargaroth can gain us life is the good news, but... Actually, we go to 5, don't we? Hey, there's ram through. Doesn't really do it for us, does it? I mean, I guess drawing it and then hoping we draw a real card off of Gargaroth isn't bad. They are at 2 after all. Yeah, I think we leave it. And we hope we actually get to play our Gargaroth here. See if they counter it. So we're going to 1 on our turn right now, our next turn. Yeah, that's not good. We do get to draw a card still, so maybe we draw something. We do not. So that means we're dead, right? I mean, the only way I guess we're not is if they play a small creature. Oh no, yeah, they can give us our 5th emblem and that kills us. Yeah, that'll be enough to kill us. Yeah. Unless they don't do it for some reason. Then we have sort of an outside chance. You two, what are you guys doing? Oh yeah, now they can win with approach too. They can just beat us in so many ways right now. They want to burn us out. I guess I'll let them. I guess I'll let it happen. Oh no, they're gonna do both. They wanted us to know that they could have killed us 2 different ways. I feel like we're gonna have a pretty good matchup against the aggro decks, but we'll see, I guess. I think control decks like that one. I mean, you know, it wasn't a bad matchup, I guess, but it was definitely a tough one. She is feeling better. Thank you, Punt Master. Ooh. Okay. I wish I had one more ramp creature a little bit, but I like what I'm seeing here overall. We may be playing the Mammoth as a land next turn. I kind of think I just want to play a turn 2 Mammoth now, honestly. We're still in pretty good shape mana-wise if we do. Yeah, let's just play the Mammoth here. Oh. And then they played a Death Toucher. So sad. I mean, I think I attack. It's not like, I mean, this thing's just going to be a problem forever. So we'll attack. Sure, they trade, and then we'll play the Ooze and exile something from their graveyard. We can actually exile both creatures from their graveyard, which is pretty cool. I guess I don't have to do it now. But, yeah. We'll end our turn. Yeah, we don't need to do it now. It's gonna suck if we never draw another land. Although, if we never draw another, we were never gonna have enough mana. So, it wouldn't be that bad, I guess, in that sense. Right. So, get rid of you. Get rid of you. Okay, we did draw another land. And we will rumble with our Ooze. No, it's in Phyrexian mana. Phyrexian language, I mean. So yeah, I think we just end our turn, unfortunately. I guess I could have exiled my own Mammoth. Okay, Pelucranos. Less than ideal. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and exile Wilt. We're going to exile our Mammoth. We need to draw a land. I'm really regretting now, of course, not playing our Mammoth as a land. Because we would have been able to play all 3 of these cards in our hand. So that's rough. But what are you going to do? Fascinating. Okay. So, obviously they're going to do some fighting. See if they counter that. Then we'll play the beast as well. This is not looking good for us. Our opponent is just like playing these amazing creatures, and we can't play any of ours. Pelucranos and Ebondeath back to back is not really what I wanted to see. See you later, Scavenging Ooze. Oh boy. I would get punished this hard for not playing our Mammoth as a land, wouldn't I? Okay. So I can play the Hydra here. And have it fight something. So we can play the Hydra and kill Ebondeath. They can get Ebondeath back, but only if one of their creatures dies. My Hydra would die. I can also just kill the elves. I don't know. We're definitely playing it because we need to do something here, but... I could just make it big. I mean, I could just double the counters, I guess. But she'll be able to kill it with her ability soon enough. I think I'm just going to kill Ebondeath, which sucks. But I think that's what we needed to do there. Yeah, luckily they are stuck on mana. Their board is just way more imposing than ours. So if they have a creature die, they can recast Ebondeath from their graveyard. Which isn't great for us. We'll take 6. And actually, it's if one of our creatures dies, too. Of course you have your 6 mana. God.
Pain is weakness, leaving the body.
Hey! Too late, I think. I can play Kogla and kill a thing, but that's really not that great. I think we just play our Huntmaster and... Yeah, this was a rough game. Imagine if I had played that Mammoth as a land, I would have been able to cast turn after turn these 6 drops, and I don't think our opponent would have been able to take it. So, bye-bye Kogla, probably? We can use Vraska to kill our beast. And then recast Ebon Death. That's probably what I would do if I was them. Okay. I mean, I can kill the Huntmaster, and I probably should. It does mean they can recast Ebon Death, but I think killing the Huntmaster matters more. They can fight in response, I guess, but that's not that much of a disaster, I don't think. So yeah, now they can recast Ebon Death. Which, you know, we knew was a good possibility. The game isn't programmed to rub decisions in your face. It just feels that way. The times where your decisions don't do it are the ones you don't notice. So it's just variance. That's just magic. That's how magic goes. Part of what makes it fun is that there is a variance element to it. If there wasn't, it wouldn't be nearly as fun. It would be chess, you know? Who wants to play chess?
Being ruthless has its rewards.
Interesting, but I don't think it saves us, because I could play this and... No, I can't quite do that anyway. Okay. Well, we're pretty close to dead. So we can't even really attack. I guess Rishkar, make our Huntmaster into a 7/7. One of these into a 3/3 isn't bad. If I could get Vorinclex down and then Rishkar, that would be awesome, but I don't think we can. I think we just have to end the turn. And we're probably dead. Yeah, we are. 5 gets through. We can't block enough things. I guess just playing Rishkar might have been better because it wouldn't have tapped this, but yeah. This does hose Planeswalkers, which is cool. Oh yeah, now we're really dead. Alright. Off to the 0-2 start, and that one didn't feel good at all. Our first game, I think we did a pretty good job. Solomon, unless you're like actually keeping numbers, I'm just going to assume you're experiencing confirmation bias, which is a natural human tendency. It's basically been proven that, yeah, you know, the shuffler does do a thing, but the thing it does helps you more than it hurts you. It gives you better hands in best of one. That much is true, but the idea that all of these other wacky things happen that don't happen, that there's no evidence of happening, is not true, as evidenced by the way I just phrased that sentence. So, yeah. Yeah, we just always remember when it hurts us, we remember, but that's just going to happen. And if it's not happening, if you never have any problems when you're playing paper, you're cheating. So that's all there really is to it. Ooh, this is definitely our best hand so far. We can just ramp into a quick Hydra, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, you're going to experience variance. That's just the name of the game. Yeah, you need a very large sample for sure, and people have done it. And they haven't found much. Attack for 1. Play our Paradise Druid. So next turn I can produce 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Mana tithed. It hurts. Man. Looked like we were going to have a good start. But now... Why are our opponents not willing to allow us to have fun? What's the deal with that? Why don't they want us to have fun? Yeah, I think Druid seems good here. We get to draw a card off of it, and it ramps us, so... That is not a land. Man. You know, our first draft of the day was a 7 win. We're trying to make our second one of the day a 0 win. Showdown of the Scalds is gross. Oh, yeah. They're a pretty sweet red-white aggro deck, no doubt about it. I have to bottom it, unfortunately. I am closer to casting it, but we need to draw lands. Oh my god. What is this world we're living in? God. Well, I guess I kill the Marauder. I can also blow up Showdown, actually. That's probably better. And I get to draw a card, too. Yeah, that's way better. I felt so utterly defeated that I kind of overlooked that I could do this. Look at that. Yeah, pass the turn. So the bad news is they still get all these cards, but they don't get the counters at least. Yeah. I think we're gonna block. The only thing is ram through is actually useful if I have this in play. But we're kind of hoping we do something other than ram through, I guess. Yeah, we'll trade. Okay, so we're going to be able to play Tovolar's Huntmaster here, which might get us to stabilize. I do think that's what we want to play more than the Hydra. The bodies are a big deal, so... Yeah, we'll just slam the Huntmaster here. We're still at 17, which is really good against a red-white deck. The fact that we're still at 17 right now is a big deal. The good news is they already played their Mana Tide. That is true. It is good news. So they could have removal here, and they do. But the fact I still have 2/2/2s kind of minimizes that downside for us. Especially because we can just throw out another big creature next turn. Uh-oh. I don't really need a forest. Yeah, I don't think we draw a forest here. Yeah, so we'll play Ulvenwald Hydra here. I guess we're gonna get Fabled Passage. Yeah. And end our turn. So those knights get big. They can give them lifelink and whatnot. If they want to. If they have another removal spell here, it's not going to be good. I can tell you that much. That's pretty gross. Do they have Delirium? I think they do. Enchantment, creature, instant sorcery. Right? Yeah. They have Delirium. Good. I'm so happy about that. Oh, now they definitely have Delirium. Maybe they didn't have it already. No, they did. It says they have 5, so... Oh, man. How messed up was that turn? Goodness. My God. We're on the very bad side of variance in this particular game. Speaking of variance. Oh boy. Gargaroth's a pretty good draw. So I think we need to play Gargaroth and then ram through Luris. They can make it indestructible. But yeah, we definitely play Gargaroth. I don't think we want to draw a card. We want to leave up Ram through. Yeah, let's hope they don't draw anything here, huh? That's the hope. Of course, all they have to do is play a thing from their graveyard. So, that's pretty bad. I couldn't do Primal Might and Ram through on that turn, unfortunately. Oh, good. Three mana 2/2 that always draws you a creature. That seems fair. So the good news is I can turn off Heliod here. Yeah. Because I'll have to sacrifice Selfless Savior at least. Okay, so we're going to ram through. And we'll try to kill Luris. They'll make it indestructible, but they'll lose their devotion at least. We do get some damage in, nothing else. Don't really need another land right now. I'm sure I'll draw more of them, but... Okay, now we have multiple ways to kill Luris. Interesting. So, if I attack here, I can use Inscription of Abundance to really mess things up. Maybe it's just better... I mean, I guess we should just kill Luris. That's probably the safe move here. We need 5 mana. We've got 7. So that means we can draw with our Llanowar Elves, too. So yeah, before it's their turn, I think we want to kill Luris here. If things go the way they've gone so far today, our opponent probably has a way to interact, but... They can put a counter somewhere if they want to. So... I kind of don't think we attack. I think just getting rid of Luris is basically what we did with this turn. I think we just play... Llanowar Elves. And we will draw a card. Play that land. We could Primal Might one of these creatures. But I feel like just hanging on to it is probably good. So unfortunately, their ability to give lifelink to stuff is kind of nightmarish. Yeah, Ranger of AO searching up 2 1-drops isn't great for us. They did only have 1, but it's a giant killer, of course. Why wouldn't it be, you know? God. That about sums it up. Okay. We're gonna kill both of those and take 3. Gonna bottom that. Okay. So I think we play Stone Coil Serpent here for 6. Yeah, because then we'll draw, and it lets us leave our Druid untapped. And 6 is big enough. Okay. Yeah, then we'll also do this. I'm gonna have to kill the giant killer with Primal Might, obviously enough. Okay, so we're gonna kill that. He already killed a creature with giant killer. Do I want to block anything else? I mean, I don't think so. I think we just take the rest. They're gonna give lifelink to like 2 things, probably. Oh, 3 things. Ooh, hello. Yeah, that's a really good draw. So, we draw our Kogla here pretty happily. Our Titan Ape. Yeah, so play Kogla. You know what? No, I don't think... with Den of the Bugbear, I don't think we want to draw. Wow, they decided to concede! Yes, we got a victory! I don't know why they conceded there. They had 1,000,000 life, but I guess they were out of gas and we still had a lot because of our bestiary. But, you know, they didn't know we had Primal Might, too, unless they were watching the stream. I mean, having both of those probably did mean they were pretty much dead, but, yeah. We averted the 0-3 at least. That's always good. Pretty good hand. Mammoth. So we're gonna keep. How much do I want to play the Sentinel in turn 1? Because I may just play this as a land. So we can ramp into the big boys quicker. I mean... I think playing the Sentinel is probably worth it. Especially because... Does this come into play tapped? It does. Darn. Okay. Well, in that case, we are going to attack them. Then we're going to Emergent Sequence. Search up a forest. So we're gonna have 4 mana next turn. 5 mana. 5 mana next turn. Alright. They're gonna beat us down. Mammoth as a land this time, you know? Maybe that would make sense. But at the same time, next turn I'm going to have 6 mana either way. Well, unless they have removal. And then I still have a big Mammoth in play. So this time, because we've drawn so many other lands, I think we are just going to play the Mammoth as a creature. It's going to be comical if it ends up not working out again, but... But if we're allowed to get to next turn, it's going to be pretty hard for us to lose against what they are doing right now. If we're allowed to have 6 mana next turn. That is. And I actually only have 6. I guess if they kill any creature, I don't have 6, right? Right. So... You know, I was going to play it as a land early, but we kept drawing lands, so I felt okay about our situation, but... It may end up biting us again. I think I'm actually going to play the Huntmaster if given the option, because we can hold on to Kogla to kill a more problematic creature. This 2/1 isn't that. That's a pretty cool design, these, this alchemy land. Okay, they do kill a creature, but it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. So now we only have 5 mana. Alright, so yeah, we just take this. We can try to be the beatdown, I mean... Swing for 7 here, and then play Incubation Druid. So, we can play one of these next turn now. Yeah, going wide is usually pretty good against these aggro decks. They did not get a good aggro start, which is good news for us, I think. You know, Kenra on turn 2 can often mean bad things will happen, but they didn't even attack with it on turn 2. Uh-oh. Well, now I think we need to fight Helana and Elena. I think that's going to be what we do. Because she is they are a massive problem in terms of setting up crazy amounts of things. So, okay. Gonna be a pretty spicy turn, so we play Kogla here. Kill them. And attack them with our 5/5. Seems pretty good. Drop them to 7. So they're like red-green. They're not like a mono-red aggro deck. You're even, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you are. Okay. Obosh can just block Kogla and kill it. I don't have a human, obviously. So... I think I attack with Mammoth and Ape here. Oh, this is a human, but I wouldn't have had the mana to do both, unfortunately. Yeah. No. Wait. No. 1 more mana and I would have been able to. We didn't have it. But yeah, I think we swing with both, and then... I'm guessing Kogla goes down. And yeah, they trade for both. And then we just play our Huntmaster. Seems pretty good. We can actually play Huntmaster and Llanowar Elves. I'm a little concerned that they might have a sweeper. And it's not like my elves help us out that much. I guess I can buff my incubation druid more easily, but I'm going to be a little cautious here. Burn down the house only does 5, doesn't it? Okay.
We begin.
Well, don't I just swing out here and pretty much win? Especially if I buff this. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to them. Come on. Come on.
All right. We won 2 in a row after a bad start. They have both been like aggro decks that we managed to beat, where we just sort of ramped over what they were doing before they could do enough damage to us. You know, I think with our last deck, we started out 2-2 as well, and then we won 7, but that deck... yeah. I don't imagine this one's going to do that. But maybe it will. It also didn't start out... I think it started out, like, not with 2 losses. I think it went, like, 1-1, and then 1-1. And then we won the next several. Pretty good hand. We could play turn 4 Gargaroth. I'm down with it. And a turn 2 Lifecrafter's Bestiary is pretty nice, honestly. I'm down. Ooh. Okay. So they're red aggro, probably. We do want to play the elves, I think. I could have made a 1-1 token, but I think playing the elves is better. Even though the 1-1 token would have been a better blocker, obviously. But interesting. I think maybe now I just play the sequence instead of the bestiary. Yeah. So let's go emergent sequence. Grab a forest. And then also do this. So we can play Gargaroth now next turn. Let's hope that is enough. Okay. Well, maybe they're a ramp deck too. Because there's a chance they could, like, shock something if I go to combat, I just don't think it's worth going to combat. I think we just cast Gargaroth here. And attack them with the 1-1. Okay. So we're probably going to ram through Rada. Man, our poor bestiary just got a lot worse. Okay. I kind of think I attack first, because... Yeah, because we can really break up the attack effectively if they decide to, like, triple block. I think we want a beast. Yeah. So they just take the 6, which I think is kind of what they had to do. Then we're going to play Lovestruck Beast. I think we want to leave up Ram Through more than we want to do anything else. I might still Ram Through Rada, I guess. Although... Nah, I think we let them keep her for now. Okay. So... probably want to use Ram through on Rada now. Yeah. Ooh, really good. Really good draw there. So the variance is back in our favor, it would seem. I mean, I may as well... So we'll play the Hydra and fight Pelt Collector. Yeah. You're not going to be able to attack, so I may as well tap you too. Yeah. So, like, you know, they can take down the Gargaroth here if they really want to, but the amount of damage that's breaking through really makes it not matter. All right. 3 in a row after an 0-2 start. Which, in other words, means we're 3-2, but... our deck has definitely functioned the way we wanted it to, and I think we've gotten the better matchups, too. Yeah, and we did also have that first opponent that we beat, Scoop, when they were at, like, 29. I mean, I did just play a Kogla, which is a challenging thing to beat, but they had a lot going on still. Another good ramp hand. We've also just gotten way better hands ramp-wise. This is a hand where we're playing our Mammoth, I think, as a land, because we don't have anything to do on turn 1, so playing the tap land is pretty good. I mean, we do already have a bunch of mana, but I think we probably want to play this as a land. I think we'll go with Sequence. Then next turn we can Visionary and make a 1/1. Nice. So we have another big scary creature. Is it better to get in for 2 than make a 1/1? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. You know, I was so fixated on mana here. I mean, I think it was still the right thing to do, because next turn we can cast one of these 6s, but maybe just playing the Beast would have been pretty good. So... I go to 18, huh? I think I want to play Kogla first. I mean, if they don't play something to block, I don't. I mean, a creature. If they don't play a creature, I don't. And they don't really. Oh, that's a spicy draw right there. Because our Sage can kill that. We have 6 mana. I mean, we probably just play Tovolar's Huntmaster. We could play the Sage and Lovestruck Beast. And maybe getting rid of this Mana Rock is worth waiting a turn. I mean, Reclamation Sage, Lovestruck Beast is a pretty good turn. Yeah. We're just going to attack them for 1. And then we're going to play Reclamation Sage. And Lovestruck Beast. Well, feels like we're in pretty good shape. There is a significant-ish chance that our opponent has a sweeper. And we could elect to just, like, swing out here and maybe play Paradise Druid and play around it. I mean, there are definitely white sweepers in this format that our opponent could play next turn. Either way, I think we swing out first. Although, I guess if we wanted to gain... If we wanted to play a 6 in our second main phase, we're not going to be able to. But I still think we swing out. It's 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. Do I play the Druid? Because the Druid does give us 6 again if we don't draw a 6th land. I kind of feel like we can afford to play around things here. Yeah. Let's just play around it. Okay. I think that means we win. That blinks, comes back. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we play Kogla, kill the Restoration Angel, and swing out. Yeah. What a weird, both of these decks started out 2-2, and this one started out 0-2, and then both ended up, one ended up getting to 7 wins, and we're at 4 with this one, so we've really managed to, yeah. We've had swings one way or the other, basically. We're either losing games in a row or winning games in a row. Pretty good hand. It's a lot, you know, we don't have any of our early mana creatures. It's a lot slower than some of our hands have been, but I can live with it. It's definitely not an incredible hand. But yeah. At least they don't have a fetch land. Alright, so I think we try to play the Ooze. Good chance it gets countered, but as I've been saying, we'd rather have these like early value creatures die than have one of our big, get countered, that is, than some of our big ramp things. Yeah. Okay. So this is another control deck, and I do think this is a bad matchup for us. So we'll see how it goes. So I think we play our Dryad here, because then we can play a land. The funny thing about this kind of effect is it's usually not nearly as good in Limited. And that could end up panning out here. If we don't draw another land next turn, it'll basically be like it didn't do anything. But I think we still play it here and end our turn. You've really got to keep drawing cards for the Dryad to do wacky things. Okay. Well... I think we just attack. And then we'll play our Ooze again. So if I play Gilded Goose, I'm not very far from slamming like Vorinclex. I think we go ahead and play the Goose. Decent chance it gets countered, but if it does, we can actually exile it and make our Ooze bigger. So we have a Goose and an Ooze. Alright, so we're going to end our turn there. Yeah, Saw It Coming seems pretty likely. So does the Draw 2, Scry 2, though. Behold the Multiverse or whatever. Yeah, we're not too upset about that, frankly. It's not nearly as good in our deck since we didn't end up being a multicolor deck, too. We maybe could have cut this, even. Right now, it's basically like it didn't do anything other than be a 3-mana 2/4, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's go ahead and take away Memory Lapse. Okay, so... attack them for 2. Replay our Dryad. So they're like mono blue control, which is pretty interesting. We'll end our turn. Or they're a flash deck, I guess. I don't feel like there's enough of the flash payoffs in this format for that to be a thing reliably, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do there, but... yeah, I tapped the wrong kind of mana. See, that's all the Dryad's doing for us, is making our lives more difficult. Yeah, we'll hit into the Royal here. Probably play this as a land, since it sets up all our big creatures. Trying to decide if I want to attack with both of these or not. You know, playing it as a creature has some value because it would be another thing they have to use a counterspell on. And I'm likely to draw another land anyway. So it might actually just be better to play it as a land. We'll see what happens here when we attack with our Dryad. They may play 2 instants and kill it, but if those instants aren't super impactful, I'm not sure how much I care. You know, I think I'm just going to play the Mammoth as a creature, even after that discussion. Yeah, we'll play it as a creature here. I think we just keep playing out threats if we can. Oh. Hello. Okay. You're a 7/8, huh? It's pretty sad our ramp deck hasn't been able to keep up with what they're doing. Okay. So they're trying to find a spell is the good news, so that they can, use this ability. Oh my god! Cube. We're getting cubed here for sure. I don't think we can win now. I'm just going out on a limb. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I don't think we can win. Thank you for the resub, Avalanche. Yeah, not, we had significant troubles hitting a 6th land in this deck, which not going to work out for us. So any spell they play right now, they bounce 2 things. That is not good for us, in case you're wondering. So let's play our Mammoth as a land, I guess, out of desperation here. And then play Jaspera Sentinel. Hell, let's play Stonecoil Serpent too. Get some bodies out there. I guess I should have attacked there. I'm just so, dejected that it doesn't even occur to me. Oh my god. So they're gonna steal a creature and bounce 2 others. Yeah, we're dead. That'll do it. I'm satisfied with managing to go 4-3 with that deck after the start. I mean, it would have been nicer to do better, but... all our losses, I think, were to aggro decks. I mean, control decks. And our wins were all against aggro decks, unless I'm crazy. And that kind of makes sense. Like if you can do anything to like mess with a ramp deck, like kill one of their mana dorks or whatever, they can become pretty fragile.